The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Watch it now, Barney. Leopard.
Here's Hunt. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Flushed out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now a play fake here on first down. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
They'll drop to throw. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. Jabril Peppers deep to receive. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. He'll return it from the 6. A field position changer there. 49 yards on the punt. Couple that with a loss on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. Back to throw. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be fourth down. And the Jaguars send out their punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And taken right at the 35. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position, 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt. So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. That's good, right? You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media. Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out.
Leopard! Watch him now, Barney! All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll set up to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Mike Daniels able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down again. Mike Daniels in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people. Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time. Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory. Now Leonard Fournette, and he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Tackle made by Everson Griffin. And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule. Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right? That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. complete.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. It's an excellent job. They force a 3 and out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And out now come the Vikings. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Detroit! Hurry up, here we go!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll set up a throw. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he gets it down to the 32. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
Looking to throw. Dancing to his left. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
When you think of Mike Daniels, you think of strength. Hard to knock off the football, but surprising quickness and ability to move and evade people. How about that play there?
Well, he can squat 600 pounds, so that's how he caught people's attention coming into the league, and he caught our attention right there. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
They'll toss it to Hunt. They find some open field here. A minute 59 to go in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Check it out, Reed.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Now back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Daniel Carlson now for the Viking field goal. Oh, this ball hangs out to the right. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to sling this deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. Finding room at the 30. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 30. 10. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Emerson Griffin in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit.
He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Over.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. Third down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
Lucky 56.
On the run, it's Fournette. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Detroit!
The pitch to Fournette. And some room to roll now. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Fournette proven to be even more dangerous this year than as a rookie, as the Jags come up first and 10. They'll look to throw now on first down. Safarian Jenkins has it. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. This is Fournette. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here. He sets to fire deep. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all State wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. His throw incomplete. Trying to get it to Clay that time, and it's 3rd and short. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down. That's Hunt. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
You don't want no problem. You don't want no problem with me.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Taken in at the 11. Spins by. Oh, able to avoid it. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Room here to run. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars had 6 to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Go!
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Back to throw here. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. He'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
He'll be dropped at the 30. The shifty move got him a couple extra on the play. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Gun! 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 Gun!
They're going to look to throw. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And it's a fumble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
56. Lucky 56.
They'll toss it to Fournette. Finds through, and now a crease. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach, because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Escaping the pressure right. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Lucky 56. Gun, 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 gun.
Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. Oh, and they had it stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. The Jaguars on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Here's Fournette. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, It's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. They go play action here on first down. Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going deep for Diggs. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the past. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Left side here, caught by Clay. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Set. Blue 90.
They'll drop to throw. Going up top. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And that's complete to Jesse James. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Fournette. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Detroit. Detroit.
He's going to get it running right. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road.